You too. What is going on, Lakers family? So this morning we got some breaking news involving the Los Angeles Lakers, and reportedly they're going to be targeting UConn men's basketball coach Dan Hurley as a franchise next coach and are preparing a massive long-term contract offer. So they're going to be putting their offer to bring in the back-to-back NCAA national champion to the NBA. Sources told ESPN and that the Lakers have had preliminary contact with Coach Hurley, and the sides are planning to escalate discussions in the coming days. Sources told ESPN Hurley has been at the forefront of the Lakers' search from the beginning of the process, even while the organization has done its due diligence going through, the interviews and the coaching process, right? Several other candidate sources said the Lakers' vice president of basketball operations and general manager Rob Pelinka and Governor Jeannie Buss are eager to formally discuss with Hurley their vision of marrying his dominant program built upon both his tactical acumen and elite player development with the storied Lakers brand. Sources said Hurley 51 has often described his ambition to one day be an NBA head coach in the future and has expressed to the Lakers a desire to explore the full picture of a partnership with one of basketball's winningest franchise. Sources said the pursuit of Hurley's comes on the 20th anniversary of the Lakers trying to hire then Duke head coach Mike Krzyzewski to a record-breaking contract in 2004. Mike Krzyzewski elected to remain with the Blue Devils, but the climate has dramatically changed in the college athletics. The demands of NIL fundraising for non-power football schools like UConn University and our especially relentless grind and are expected to become even more difficult. As for the Lakers star, LeBron James has been impressed with Hurley's sophisticated offensive actions, assuming James does return to the Lakers in free agency. The possibility of using the 55th overall pick in this month's NBA draft on USC freshman guard Bronny James makes Hurley even more intriguing candidate. If that happens, LeBron James gets a chance to play with the Sun, and the benefit of Hurley and his staff become even more responsible for Bronny James' pro development. So he's a development coach. And in a social media post responding to a podcast interview with JJ Redick on, I believe, Mind the Games or JJ Redick's own podcast, basically posted an X about Hurley. He's just so goddamn happy and he's damn good. That's what LeBron James basically said, along with the staff, super creative with their offense. And then he says, I love it. So the Lakers, they have been committed to making all NBA forward Anthony Davis a significant part of the conversation on the next head coach and want to make sure that he's aligned with how the new coach plans to feature him on the both offensive defense. Sources said, right? Because there was, literally reports coming out that Anthony Davis wanted James Borrego as a coach, right? So they're going to have to commit to this, idea as Dan being the Lakers' next head coach, right? So the Lakers, they have several interviews with other candidates, including New Orleans Pelicans assistant James Borrego, JJ Redick, Boston Celtics assistant coach Sam Cassell, and Denver Nuggets assistant David Adelman, sources said. So the Lakers have proceeded with conversations with other candidates over the past few weeks, but the potential of landing Hurley has been the focus of the Lakers search, sources said. So Hurley, he's well respected around, the league, especially in college. His record is like 141 and 58, which is very good, and 709 in 6 seasons as a UConn coach, and holds an NCAA tournament record of 12 consecutive double-digit victories. And he's like one of the top 10 highest paid college coaches, right, all of basketball. And if you guys do not know much about him, his coaching style is up-tempo. So if you're lazy on defense, then you can't play for him. He wants defensive players, right? And he's also incredible with the X's and O's and is an elite motivator, right? So he can speak and motivate people and is known as a tough-minded, no-nonsense type of coach. He's hard on his players. So I'm not sure if he's going to be able to handle stars like LeBron James and Anthony Davis College is completely different from, the pros. We've seen some of the best colleges, head coaches coach over there, win championships, and just cannot translate to that pros, right? And not to give them any credit, but when you look at UConn, you got their stars, but they got a bunch of, no names. And I'm not really sure if it can translate to the NBA level because there's a lot of, egos and stuff like that and star players, right? So Hurley and his assistant envisioned a movement-based offense that emphasized off-ball screening, backdoor cuts over isolation plays, or traditional pick and rolls. They dreamed of a roster stuffed with high-level passers, shooters, and a game processor who could operate a system cooled largely from overseas concepts. So his resume as a coach at the college level has been, very good, and he's well respected, like I said. And a lot of people are praising him as an excellent head coach, like this, basketball mind. So you guys let me know in the comment section. How do you guys feel about Coach Dan Hurley? I'd much rather have him, than JJ Redick. Now, I am wondering if he's going to be on the assistant coaching role, JJ Redick, which I'd much rather have, where he can improve, because he's never been an assistant coach, right? Not even in high school, no AAU teams, not even college or basketball, especially in the NBA and stuff like that, right? So he has no coaching experience, and I'd much rather, have Dan Hurley as a head coach, right? Because he's been there before, and I believe he's been like a head coach, if I'm not mistaken, high school, or assistant coach. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I like this idea, and I know they just been going through the process, but this was out of left field because basically we got this report coming out like 4 a.m. when I was asleep, and then I wake up and look at my phone and it says that Dan Hurley could be a target for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm like, man, I'm super, super excited. So I wake up to, some great news today. Super excited because I wasn't really a big fan of JJ Redick. I know he's supposed to be like this basketball mind and, X's and O's guys. And he had his podcast, A Mind the Game, with, LeBron James. And he has like his own channel, JJ Redick. But there's a difference between having a podcast, knowing basketball and stuff like that, and be able to coach on the fly on the court, be able to make adjustments on the fly, call timeouts, use your challenges and stuff like that, put the right rotations, put your players in the right position to succeed. So there's a lot that goes into coaching, but make sure you guys like the video so YouTube can push it to a bigger audience. It really helped the channel a lot. Guys, you can share it, comment, do all that good stuff, subscribe. Really trying to reach my next goal at 3K subs. The only way I could do that is if you guys support this channel. And lastly, turn on notification bell so you guys get notified whenever I drop a featured video. And I'm out of here. Peace.